Hello, I am Stephanie Joy, the attorney at All Things Social Security and Joy Disability Law. Your video is about to start. I just wanted to remind you that if you click the join button below, you can learn more about the memberships offered at a very affordable price that can give you a little more direct attorney answers to your questions. Have a great day and enjoy the video. What is the deal with working while you are collecting retirement? Okay, so the person was asking when changes into Social Security retirement, and if you can work without suffering a penalty. That is true because you are now fully retired and not early retired where you have to actually not be working beyond a certain level. And to go into that, if you collect retirement at 62, you are saying, SSA, I am retired. I'm not earning that full-time major income anymore of full-time work. So give me my early retirement. And as you know, early retirement means a discounted amount that will last forever. So people have to think long and hard about taking early retirement because you have to live with the amount forever. So if you live to be a ripe old age, you've maybe stuck yourself in the foot financially. However, there are many reasons to take it early. But if you take it 62 versus 67, you're going to have the biggest discount and you're going to be subject to an earnings limit. I don't off the top of my head know what it is. Probably close to 20,000, but you need to know exactly what it is because if you go over it, they're going to start docking your Social Security retirement. Now, my friend called it a penalty. It's not really a penalty. And the discounted amount you get as your benefit generally is also not a penalty. It is literally the cost to you, not a penalty, of taking 60 extra retirement payments when you take it at 62 versus 67. So where does that money come from? No, it doesn't come from your neighbor. I know a lot of people have their hand out that way, but no, it comes off the top of your full retirement amount. They scrape a little bit off for every month you decide you're going to take early because that's going to pay for it. You're paying for your own early retirement. I mean, that's something you should be somewhat proud about that you're not taking it off the back of somebody else, right? Um, Now, if you start to work above the amount that you're allowed to while being considered still early retired, you are in essence reversing the fact that you took early retirement because they were going to say you were not now owed that one or part of it because you have to start paying back. But that in the end, that reverses the previous reduction you got, the incremental reduction to your overall benefit rate because you took that month early. Once you're earning too much and you're no longer validly collecting the early retirement, they cut you off and or they find out later and then you're going to owe it back. That is going to actually increase your end benefit amount because you no longer are being subjected to the reduction for taking early because that early amount is owed back. So it's not all doom and gloom when that happens, although it can maybe feel like it. If you are feeling good at 67 or whatever your full retirement age is, by all means, go to work, balls to the wall, earn as much as you can if you want to, or if you need to, because there is no longer a limit to how much you can earn. And it's not going to reduce, you don't have a limit. Nothing's going to affect your Social Security retirement amount at that point, and you can go, full hilt on that. Okay. Um, yeah, and I think I know my age, and I was born in 67. We have to be 67 to be full retirement age. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm not that far. Next decade. And prior to my age, it just starts creeping closer and closer. So right now we're somewhere in the 66 plus range, and it incrementally changes based on our birth year. And by the time you get to my year, it is 67. Um, so, you know, off on a tangent, collecting at 67, if you're working full time, depending on your health or your other needs, maybe wait till 70 to collect that retirement because then you bolster it by another like 30%. It's a nice little raise. And it, Takes a few years to make up the difference of not having collected it those 3 years. But again, if you're going to live a nice long senior life, you might be glad to have that extra 30%. All right. All right. Ciao, guys. Working while retired. Not a bad thing. Bye. Hey, so if the subject matter of the video you just listened to is of interest and you want more on it, stay tuned. Here's another one about the same topic, but a little bit different. Bye now. Good morning. Okay, this is a quick question we just got in about when you're taking early retirement. So you're at the age between, say, 62 and 67, and you decide you're going to take it. Can you still work? And the answer is yes, you can. But because it's early retirement, you still have to be retired as defined by the SSA to be able to take that early retirement, to be eligible for it. So what that means is you have to not be earning more than a particular threshold. That threshold will change every year. In 2022, I believe it was a little over 19,000. So if you stayed at or below that level, you were good to go. You get your early retirement, which is that discounted amount, forever discounted, generally speaking, or and you can also collect your income. If you go over the amount, though, and by the way, that amount of the 19,000 and change for 2022, which will go up in 2023, and it is 2023 now, but I haven't looked at the new number. It will go up every year, and it applies to all the years of early retirement, excluding the year you turn full retirement age, in which case it's like quite a bit more. I think in 2022, it was over 51,000 you could earn without it affecting your early retirement or your eligibility for that early retirement. But in any event, so if you, let's say you're making $1,000 more than the year limit of the 19,000 and change, what happens is for every $2 above that amount, that 19K that you have earned, you're going to not be eligible for $1 of the early retirement benefit that you took. So that's going to be basically a debt back to the SSA that you're going to have to pay back. So just be prepared to know that. So when they catch up and find out that you earned too much, they will, pardon me, they will be taking that back from you whenever you hit full retirement age. Or sometimes it'll be like, if they find out in January that you are overpaid a certain amount during the prior 6 months, they will withhold your early retirement for the future months until such is paid off. So you really have to think long and hard about it. I mean, you could consider holding on to that 500 you'd have to pay back of that extra 1,000 you think you're going to earn. Sometimes it's guesswork too. You don't know how much you're going to earn. So it's just something that you have to be prepared for, because you do not want to have to pay that back from your Social Security at a time later when you are no longer working. So imagine you're no longer working and you have this debt, and they're going to withhold your actual solo Social Security benefits to get that paid back. So just be prepared. If you are making over the limit, you're going to want to be prepared to pay back some of the benefits that you received. Sometimes you can tell them and they will withhold in real time so that you're not going to have that overpayment. But it's a little tricky, and it doesn't often work out the way it should, because nobody has exact information in real time, including ourselves when we're working sometimes. So anyway, you can work, just pay attention. And by the way, if you take early retirement and then you get a full-blown job where it would eliminate all of your early retirement benefits eligibility, that's not such a bad thing, because guess what? That reduction for that 1 month of early taking, so every month before age of full retirement is a little chip off the block of the amount, that's going to be reversed back to you, because now you no longer are eligible for that early retirement, and you will not have gotten it in the end because it will be retroactively paid back. And now your final amount when you are of full retirement age is going to be that much higher, because you no longer are getting penalized. It's not really penalized. You're no longer having taken it early. Therefore, you don't have to have it scraped off the top later. Okay. So any questions on that? It's great to work when you're in early retirement. Keeps us going, keeps us out there. Same with after full age, if that's what someone wants to do. Either way, but just know where you might have to keep an eye on things. Have a great day. Bye.